Welcome to 4Pi Academy. This is Milind Batwardhan, and today we are going to have our second lecture on quantum mechanics, in which we are going to discuss the conditions of acceptable wave function, graphical problems on acceptable wave function, problems on acceptable wave function, then problems on normalization of wave function, and finding the probability in a given interval of space. So let us look at the wave function psi. We know that this wave function psi is the wave variable in case of matter waves, and this wave function psi, you know that it is a function of, this wave function psi is a function of, it is a function of position coordinates, that is x, y, z, and the time coordinate, which we have discussed in the previous lecture, that this wave function psi is a function of position coordinate and the time coordinate. Then we have seen that there is no physical significance to this wave function, but according to Max Born, if we take the complex conjugate of this wave function as a psi star and multiply it with the psi, then it is called as mod of psi square, and it is known as probability density. That is the probability of finding the position of particle in a given volume element. So there are certain restrictions or conditions which are imposed on this wave function psi. That the first mathematical condition is this wave function, it must be a finite function. The wave function psi, it must be finite everywhere, even if this value of x or y or z, it tends to infinity. The wave function should not tend to infinity, so it must remain finite for all the values of x, y and z. If the wave function psi is infinite, then it would imply an infinite large probability of finding the particle at that time. So this would violate the uncertainty principle, and therefore infinite probability is meaningless, and hence psi, it should not tend to infinity. So this wave function psi, it should not tend to either plus infinity or it should not tend to minus infinity, because this wave function with its when it is multiplied by its complex conjugate as psi star, then it is going to give us the probability density, that is probability of locating the position of particle in a given volume element. So infinite probability is meaningless, and hence the wave function psi, it should not tend to infinity, so it should be a finite function. Then the wave function psi, it must be a single valued function. So any physical quantity which can have only one value at a point, thus at a given location and a time, the wave function psi can have only one value of probability. If it has more than one value at a point, it means that there is more than one value of probability of finding the position at that point. It would imply that the particle would found at multiple locations at the same time, which is not possible. So again, as this mod of psi square, that is mod of psi square, that is the wave function, the product of wave function and its complex conjugate, that is psi star, is going to represent the probability density, that is probability of finding the position of particle. So probability should not be multivalued, because if the particle is present at multiple positions at the same instant of time, then it is not possible, it is meaningless, and therefore this wave function psi, it should be single valued only. Then the next condition is this wave function psi, it must be a continuous function. The wave function psi, it should be continuous across any boundary, since this psi is related to the physical quantity which cannot have a discontinuity at any point, because in previous lecture we have seen that whenever there is a motion associated with the particle, there is a wave function, and therefore this wave function, is the wave variable of the matter waves, which are the probability waves or the guide waves, and therefore the wave function should be continuous in nature. There should not be any discontinuity at any point. There should not be any discontinuity at any point. Hence the wave function psi and its space derivatives, that is del psi by del x, del psi by del y, del psi by del z, or you may call them as the partial derivatives, they should also be continuous across any boundary since psi is related to the real particle and it cannot have a discontinuity at any boundary where the potential changes. For example, for a particle which is trapped inside a finite potential well, for a particle which is trapped in a finite potential well, here you know that potential of the particle inside the well is 0, while the potential which is acting at the wall side is finite, which is say V0. Obviously this V0 is greater than the total energy of the particle. So at this boundary, if I define this one-dimensional potential well from the region which is x is equal to 0 to x is equal to L, then no doubt the motion of particle is restricted in this finite potential well, but at this boundary there is a change in potential from V equal to 0 to V0, and if particle can leak out through this boundary, because if this is not a perfectly rigid box, then there is a probability that this particle can leak out through this wall and exist in this region which is x less than 0, or if particle can leak out through this boundary and enter into the region which is x greater than L, then wherever there is a motion of the particle, there is a wave function which is associated with the particle. No doubt here the amplitude of the wave function is large as compared to the amplitude over the other region, because there is a barrier. So this problem is called as the barrier penetration or tunneling effect, which we'll discuss in much details later. But here if the wave function is defined for the region which is x less than 0 and x greater than L, and for the region which is x which is lying between 0 to L, then the wave function, it must be continuous in nature. And not only the wave function, its space derivatives or the partial derivatives, they should also be continuous in nature. So this is the meaning of this third condition. Then the next condition the wave function should satisfy is the normalization condition. So if at all the particle exists, it must be found somewhere in the region, given region. So inside a wave packet, the particle can be found in the region of coordinates, that is x, y, z, and hence the probability density is represented as mod of psi of x, y, z square dx, dy, dz is the probability density. As particle must be found inside the wave packet, the normalization condition implies that the sum of probabilities over all the values of x, y, z, it must be unity. That is triple integration from minus infinity to infinity mod of psi square over dx, dy, dz, where dx, dy, dz is the volume integral, because volume integral, and therefore this value should always be equal to 1. The meaning of this equation is the particle is somewhere present from minus infinity to infinity. The existence of that particle is finite, and that probability is always equal to 1. So this is called as the normalization condition. So whenever the wave functions are normalized, then mod of psi square over dv, it is equal to the probability of the particle, and it will be found in the elemental volume which is dv. Thus the probability can be written as mod of psi of xyz square over dv. The wave function should always be a normalizable, as it would give us a definite probability of finding the particle in a given space or volume. So if the wave function psi satisfies all these conditions, then it is called as a well-behaved wave function or acceptable wave function. So let us have a quick recap of the conditions. So the wave function psi, it must be continuous in nature. Its partial derivatives must also be continuous in nature. then so this makes the wave function smooth and not the discontinuous one. It is not at all desired that the wave function is discontinuous. There should not be any discontinuity in the wave function. Then the wave function psi, it must be a square integrable, or it is also known as quadratically integrable function. That is integration of this psi star psi over d tau, it must exist. There should be a finite value, because we have right now seen that the wave function should be finite, because it is going to yield the probability density, that is probability of finding the position of particle in a given space. Similarly, the integration, that is psi star psi d tau, it is going to represent the probability density, so it must be a single valued, as we have seen before, that the probability should not be multi-valued. Then if we have two sets, if we have the wave function, and if we multiply it by its complex conjugate, so like here, that is psi I star psi I d tau, and it is integrated over the range, that is minus infinity to infinity, then it is equal to 1. This is the normalization condition. But if we take the product of complex conjugate of one wave function with the different wave functions like this, that is psi I star psi j, where psi I and psi j, they are the two different wave functions, then the integration from minus infinity to infinity, psi I star psi j d tau is equal to 0. This condition is called as the orthogonal condition, while this condition is called as normalized condition. Now we can combine these two results in a single condition, and we can denote it as the orthonormal condition. So we can write the orthonormal condition as integration from minus infinity to infinity, psi I star psi j d tau is equal to delta ij, where this delta ij will be equal to 1 if I is equal to j. If I is equal to j, it means that it will be the condition of normalization. So for I is equal to j, this will satisfy the condition of normalization, while delta ij will be equal to 0 if I is not equal to j. So when I is not equal to j, it will satisfy the orthogonal condition, and that is why it is known as orthonormal condition. So here this delta ij is called as Kronecker delta. So the wave function must be finite, it must be single valued, and the wave function along with its partial derivatives, they must be continuous and across the boundaries also of the quantum mechanical system it represents, which we have seen the example of particle in a finite potential well or non-rigid box. Now let us see a problem which is a graphical problem which is asked in the examination, that usually asked in CSIR net, that is which of the following functions are physically acceptable and which are not, explain. So here there is a whole lot of options which are given to you, which is a graphical representation of the wave function plotted against the coordinate, say one-dimensional coordinate, that is x coordinate, and you have been asked whether the wave function is acceptable or not. So first look at the problem 1. Here if you look at the value of x for this particular x, you will observe that there are many values of psi. So this is one value of psi, this is another value of psi, this is third value of psi, and so on. So this wave function is not acceptable wave function, because for the single value of x, the wave function psi, it yields multiple values, and therefore it is not an acceptable wave function. Now if you look at the second problem, here the wave function is continuous, the wave function is finite, it is also single valued, because for each value of x it will yield only one value of wave function psi, and therefore the second one is the acceptable wave function. Similarly, if you look at the third problem, then here also the wave function is continuous, it is finite, and it is single valued, and therefore it is acceptable wave function. For the fourth problem, here you can see that the wave function is discontinuous, yes, it is discontinuous. At the same time, for the value of this x, here the wave function yields two values for the psi. Also here, for the single value of x, the wave function yields another two values of psi. It means that it is a multi-valued function. Also it is discontinuous, hence it is not acceptable wave function. Then for the problem 5, here you can see that there is a discontinuous function. So it is, yes, it is discontinuous function. Also here the wave function, it tends to plus infinity, and therefore as it tends to infinity, and therefore it is not acceptable wave function. For problem 6 also, there is a discontinuity in the wave function, and for the value of x, this wave function psi, it tends to either plus infinity, as well as this wave function tends to minus infinity, and therefore it is not acceptable because the wave function tends to infinity. Then for the problem 7, the wave function is finite, but here there is a discontinuity, and at this value of x, it yields again the multiple values of psi. So this is a multi-valued function. Sorry. So this is a multi-valued function, and also there exists a discontinuity at this point, and therefore it is not a acceptable wave function. Then in the 8th problem, here there is also a kink in the wave function, and since there is a kink in the wave function, it is not a continuous wave function. There is a discontinuity in the wave function, and hence it is also not acceptable wave function. So this type of problems can be asked. Then the another type of problem which can be asked on the acceptable wave function is, you have given the wave function such as determine if each of the following functions is acceptable or not as a wave function over the indicated region. Such as, say, suppose cos x over the region which is 0 to infinity. So here, since the wave function psi is equal to cos of x, then you know that the complex conjugate will be psi star, which is again cos of x. So the product of psi into psi star is nothing but it is cos square of x. So we need to find out the integration from 0 to infinity for cos square of x over dx, cos square of x over dx. And if we solve this by using the method that is for cos square of x, the formula is cos 2x plus 1 by 2. So here it is cos 2x plus 1 by 2, and integration from 0 to infinity over dx. Then this half can be taken outside the integration, and integration of this cos 2x is sin 2x. So integration will be sin 2x by 2 plus x, and half will be outside this, and the limits will be from 0 to infinity. Now if we substitute here the first limit, then it will be sin infinity, which is infinity, plus infinity, which is again infinity, and sin 0 minus sin 0 is 0. So it will be, the answer is infinity, and therefore the function, so though the function is a single valued function, it is a continuous function, but it is not a square integrable function. So such wave function, it is not square integrable, because this integration of mod of psi square, it yields a value which is infinity, it tends to infinity, and hence such function is not an acceptable wave function. Okay. Then the next function is e raised to power x over the limits that is from minus infinity to infinity. So if the wave function is psi, which is e raised to power x, and if my limits or the interval is from minus infinity to infinity, it means that when my x tends to either minus infinity, then my wave function will be psi, this wave function psi is equal to this wave function psi will tend to e raised to power infinity, which is again an infinity. So this wave function will tends to infinity, either plus infinity, or this wave function will tends to either minus infinity, and therefore since the wave function psi tends to plus or minus infinity for this interval, and therefore this is also not an acceptable wave function. Then if we look at the third problem, that is e raised to power minus x. So if my wave function psi is equal to e raised to power minus x, then my mod of psi square will be equal to e raised to power minus 2x, and therefore integration from 0 to infinity of mod of psi square over dx, it will be equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power 2x dx. So this is equal to e raised to power minus 2x divided by minus 2, and the limits will vary from 0 to infinity. So if I substitute here the first upper limit, then it will be e raised to power minus infinity upon minus 2, but you know that e raised to power minus infinity is 0, so this total term will be 0 minus, then we put the second limit, that is 0, so it will be e raised to power 0, anything raised to power 0 is 1, and this is minus 2, so this minus minus will become plus, which is equal to half. So so this third function is an acceptable wave function because it is finite, it is continuous, it is single valued, and also it is square integrable since its value is half. Then for the third problem, fourth problem also, that is tan theta over the interval which is 0 to 2 theta. This is not an acceptable wave function because it is discontinuous over the limits of integration. This should be actually 2 pi, because since my wave function is tan theta, so my probability density will be mod of psi square, which is tan square theta over d theta. And if we solve this integration, because you know that this tan theta can be written as sec square theta minus 1, and the integration of that sec square theta is again tan theta minus 1 का integration हो जाएगा theta. And if we put the limits of integration from 0 to 2 pi, then it will the first limit will give the value as 0, and the second will give the infinity. So this is not an acceptable wave function because it gives the discontinuity over the limits of integration. So these type of problems are asked. Then next, now we'll discuss the problems on the probability of finding the position of particle in a finite range. So if you have given a range that this x lies between a to b, so this is my interval, then you know that how to find out the probability of existence of the particle, and it is equal to integration from a to b mod of psi of xt square dx. So let us consider the first problem, that if psi is equal to a cos 2 pi by L into x for the region which is x lying between minus L by 4 to L by 4, then find out what is the probability of finding the particle in a region which is x lying between 0 to L by 8. So here you have given the wave function for this particular region, and you have asked to find out the probability in a different region. So here you have not given that whether this function is normalized or not. Here by looking at the problem, here it is given as a, so a is a constant, it can be anything. So you need to first find out this normalization constant. So let us find out the complex conjugate of this wave function psi as a psi star, which is equal to a cos 2 pi by L into x. So as there is no complex term involved in it, so again the complex conjugate will be a cos 2 pi by L into x. So the probability density will be integration from minus L by 4 to L by 4. So this is my region, minus L by 4 to L by 4, mod of psi square dx is equal to integration from minus L by 4 to L by 4 psi star psi dx, which is equal to my integration from minus L by 4 to L by 4. This is a square, a into a square, then it will be cos square of 2 pi by L into x over dx. So since this a square is constant, it can be taken outside the integration, then it will be integration from minus L by 4 to L by 4. Then we can replace this cos square x dx as cos 2x by 2 plus 1. So here this integration will be cos of 2 times 2 pi by L into x plus 1 divided by 2, whole thing divided by 2 over dx, which is equal to 1. We can take this 2 outside the integration, so it will be a square by 2. Then we find the integration of this cos. Integration of cos is sine, so it will be sine, this is 2 into 2, that is 4, so it is sine 4 pi by L into x divided by 4 pi by L plus integration of 1 is x, and the limits of integration, that is lower limit, is minus L by 4 to L by 4, and you know that it is always equal to 1 because this is the normalization condition. So it will be a square by 2, then we can make this as an inverse, so it will be L by 4 pi, in bracket we remain with sine 4 pi by L into L by 4. Here we substitute the upper limit, which is for x, that is L by 4, plus we put the second limit, that is minus L by 4, so it will be sine 4 pi by L into again L by 4. This is minus L by 4, but you know that sine of minus x is minus sine x, so that sine minus sine can be taken here, and as this is the lower limit, so minus minus will become here plus. Then plus here we put the first limit, which is L by 4, then minus, then second limit, which is minus L by 4. So this here this is L by 4 minus L by 4, that will be plus L by 4, and it should be obviously equal to 1. We can here cancel out this L and 4 from this equation. Now since by cancelling this 4 and L, we remain with the value of sine of pi here in both the cases, and you know that sine pi is 0, so this term will be 0, this is 0, so and it is multiplied by L by 4 pi, so it is also 0. So we remain only with this term, which is 2 times L by 4. So we have the final expression as a square by 2 into 2 times L by 4, and it should be equal to 1. So this 2 goes off, and we have a square L by 4, which is equal to 1. So a square is equal to 4 by L, therefore a is equal to 2 by root of L. So now we come to know the value of this constant a, which is 2 divided by root of L. So let us substitute this value of a in this wave function psi. So now we get the normalized wave function psi as psi is equal to 2 by root of L into cos of 2 pi by L into x. Now we have been asked to find the probability. हमको अभी probability find out करना है for the region which is given in this interval. अब हमको जो प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंड करना है पार्टिकल की, दैट इज फॉर द रीजन x lying between 0 to L/8. So the integration will change its limits from 0 to L/8 because this is the interval, and the square of this will be 4 by L cos square 2 pi by L x dx. ये हमको फाइंड आउट करना है. So that will be equal to 4 by L. This is constant, so it can be taken outside the integration. It is 0 to L/8. Again, by using the same trigonometric relation, it will be cos of 2 times 2 pi x by L plus 1 by 2 dx. So it is 4 by 2 times L. ये 2 को हमने बाहर ले लिया. And the integration of this cos is sin 4 pi by L x divided by 4 pi by L plus x from 0 to L/8. Now here we put the first limit, so it will be sin 4 pi by L x. Here we put the value of x as L/8, so here it will be L/8 plus, और ये जो है 4 pi by L ये यहाँ पे इन्वर्स हो जाएगा, so it will be L upon 4 pi. So it is L upon 4 pi sin 4 pi by L into L/8 plus x के जगह पे फर्स्ट लिमिट विल बी L/8. सेकेंड लिमिट जो है दैट इज 0, तो साइन 0 0 ही है, x के जगह पे 0 डालेंगे तो वो टोटल टर्म 0 हो जाएगा. So by cancelling these terms, then L gets cancelled, this 4 will get cancelled with this 8 and it will remain as 2. So we get here the value as sin of pi by 2 plus L/8. You know that sin pi by 2 is 1, and therefore we remain with the value as L upon 4 pi plus L/8, and outside this we have 2 by L. So it is 2 times this L can be cancelled out, and it is 1 upon 4 pi plus 1 by 8. So it is 1 upon 2 pi plus 1 by 4. So we can take 1 by 2 common outside this bracket. So it is 1 by 2. In bracket we remain with 1 upon pi plus 1 by 2. So it will be equal to 1 by 2. In bracket we remain with 2 plus, by cross multiplication we have 2 plus pi divided by 2 pi. Now if the answer is given in this form, only in the form of pi's, then it is easy. But if the answer is given something like this, 0.5, 0.2, 0.8, like that, then in that case you have to have a rough calculation over here, and the rough calculation says that here pi is 3.14, so 3.14 plus 2, so it is roughly something near around 5. I can take it as a 5. Then here 2 pi, so again this is near around 6, and it is multiplied by 2, so this will be this answer is near about 5 by 12, and this 5 by 12 is near about 0.8. So you can make the 5 by 12 is near about 0.4. So you can make the approximations from this, and you can choose the nearest answer. Then the next problem. Now if the wave function psi has the complex term which is involved in it like this, that is psi is equal to a into e raised to power I omega t minus kx, which is defined for the region where x lying between minus L by 4 to L by 4, so that is like a particle which is trapped in a box. So find the normalization constant A. So if this kind of a problem is there, then you have to remember that whenever you find the complex conjugate of such wave function, then you have to just replace this I by minus I. So here complex conjugate will be a into e raised to power minus I, rest is the same, that is omega t minus kx. So my probability density is psi star psi dx, and it is integrated over the given region which is minus L by 4 to L. So it is minus L integration minus L to L psi star psi dx is equal to 1. Now we simplify this, we open this bracket, so here psi star psi will be a into a, that is a square, and then we multiply this, then so we open this bracket for simplification, so it will be a square into e raised to power I omega t into e raised to power minus I kx into this means it is e raised to power minus I omega t into e raised to power ikx. This minus minus will become plus, so it is ikx over dx is equal to 1. Now if you observe these terms, then e raised to power ikx into e raised to power minus ikx, so this will get cancelled with each other. Then e raised to power I omega t and e raised to power minus I omega t gets cancelled with each other, and therefore here it will be a square, which is constant, so it is taken outside the integration. So from minus L to L over dx is equal to 1. You know that integration of dx is x, so limits will vary from 0 minus L to L, which is equal to 1. So by substituting these limits, we get the value as 2L. So we get this a square, which is equal to 1 by 2L. Therefore a is equal to 1 upon root 2L. So we substitute this value of a in this equation, and hence we can write the final normalized wave function as psi is equal to 1 upon root 2L into e raised to power I omega t minus kx. So this is a very easy type of. Then the next problem is find the probability density. If probability density is p of x, which is given as a into e raised to power minus lambda into x minus a square, find the normalization constant a. So this type of problem are many times asked in examination, and they are based on this standard integral, which is integration from minus infinity to infinity e raised to power minus lambda x square dx is equal to root of pi by lambda. So you have to remember this form of which is the standard integral. The limits of integration are from minus infinity to infinity e raised to power minus lambda x square dx, which is it is equal to root of pi by lambda. So here this lambda is the coefficient, and you have to just remember that it is root of pi by this coefficient, which is lambda. So this form needs to be converted into this form, and then the answer will be very easy. So here as we have given the probability density itself, it means that we have given the product of psi star with psi. So the product psi into psi star, it is also already given with us, and therefore the integration will be from minus infinity to infinity p of x px dx, which is equal to 1. This is the normalization condition. So by using this normalization condition, here we substitute as minus infinity to infinity, it will be a into e raised to power minus lambda into x minus a square dx is equal to 1. Now we can make one simplification or modification for solving this problem, that let us consider this x minus a is equal to t, and let us differentiate it with respect to x. So differentiating this with respect to x, we get differentiation of this x as 1, and for differentiation of a it is 0, and it will be dt by dx. So this dt by dx is equal to 1. It means that dx is equal to dt. So now I can replace this term x minus a by t. So we get integration from minus infinity to infinity a into e raised to power minus lambda x minus a is nothing but t, so it is t square, and my dx is equal to dt, so it is dt. Now this form is exactly similar to that of this form, and therefore the integration, the solution of this integration is a is taken out of the integration, which is constant, so it is a into, and the solution of this integration is root of pi by lambda, because this lambda is the coefficient of this term. So this is a into root of pi by lambda, and it should be equal to 1. So by transferring this root of pi by lambda on the right hand side, we can find out the value of the normalization constant a as a is equal to root of lambda by pi. So this is a very easy type of a problem, and it is frequently asked in examination. Just you have to remember the standard integral. Then the next problem, again if the wave function psi is given as a into e raised to power I omega t into e raised to power minus x square by 2a. Now in this wave function, there is a complex term involved, as well as the form is it is x minus e raised to power minus x square upon 2a. So again we need to use the standard integral, which is minus infinity to infinity e raised to power minus lambda x square dx, and it is equal to root of pi by lambda. So here so let us given the problem is if psi is equal to this, you have to normalize the wave function. So let us find out the complex conjugate of this psi. So psi star will be equal to a is constant, so it is a into, you have to just replace this I by minus I, so it will be e raised to power minus I omega t into e raised to power minus x square by 2a. So use the normalization condition, it is minus infinity to infinity, psi star psi dx is equal to 1. So here a into a is a square, so it is taken outside the integration, so it is a square into integration from minus infinity to infinity e raised to power this term will be e raised to power this I omega t and e raised to power minus I omega t, this term will be cancelled, and finally we remain with e raised to power minus 2 times x square upon 2a. So this 2 will also be gets cancelled. So the final expression is a square into integration from minus infinity to infinity e raised to power minus x square by a dx is equal to 1. Now here I can simplify this equation as e raised to power minus 1 upon a into x square dx, and it is equal to 1. So here this 1 by a is similar to the coefficient which is lambda and this term. So this integration is similar to that of this one, and now you know the solution is very easy, that it is a square into square root of pi divided by coefficient. So here pi divided by coefficient, which is 1 by a. So this a will go in the numerator finally, and it will be equal to a square into root of pi a, and it is equal to 1. So we can find out this a square as 1 upon square root of pi into a. So since this is the value of a square, so the normalization constant a will be equal to further square root of this equation, which is 1 upon pi into a into pi raised to power 1 by 4. So this is the answer. Now if in the above problem if it is asked if the wave function is changed something like this, that is now the wave function is given as a into e raised to power minus I omega t, same as the first part, and the second part is e raised to power minus x square upon 2a square. So here if the term a square is involved, then obviously the rest of the process is same, only here the term which is a square will be there in the solution, and therefore our constant a, our answer a will be equal to 1 upon a square pi raised to 1 by 4, or it is equal to 1 upon square root of a into pi raised to power 1 by 4. So just by a change in the given wave function, यहाँ पे a square है या a है या a raised to power 3 है या a raised to power 4 है, then accordingly the answer will be different, but the form of the answer is same. So if you remember for certain this type of problem this value, then just by observing the change in the wave function you can directly find out the answer, no need to solve. Then next problem, if the wave function psi is equal to a into e raised to power minus lambda mod of x into e raised to power I omega t. Now for such problem, if you need to find out the normalization constant, whenever the mod of x is given, you have to change the integration from minus infinity to that of integration from 0 to infinity, and you have to simply multiply it by 2. Why? Because since the function involves the value of x in mod, then this is a symmetric function. So if the function is symmetric, so जैसा function 0 से लेके आगे है, 0 से लेके आगे जैसा function है, वैसा ही nature wave function का 0 से लेके minus x के डायरेक्शन में होगा. So the nature of the wave function on both the sides being same, you have to simply multiply it by 2 and you can find it in the region from 0 to infinity. So let us find out the complex conjugate. It is psi star is equal to 2 times a into e raised to power minus lambda mod of x into e raised to power, here remember you have to change I to minus I. So now I change the limits of integration from 0 to infinity and multiplied by 2. So my answer will be 2 times integration from 0 to infinity. This a into a is a square into e raised to power, this is minus 2 times lambda x over dx. This I omega t and minus I omega t will get cancelled. So this will be e raised to power minus 2 times lambda x dx and it should be equal to 1. So again this a square is constant, it is taken outside the integration and then we can solve this integration, which is very easy. It is e raised to power minus 2 lambda x divided by minus 2 lambda and the limits of integration will be from 0 to infinity and it should be equal to 1. So here this again minus 2 lambda is constant, so it is taken outside, so it will be 2a square divided by minus 2 lambda and here we put the first limit, that is e raised to power minus x के जगह पे यहाँ पे infinity रखेंगे तो it will be minus infinity minus e raised to power 0, we put the second limit, so 0. So e raised to power minus infinity is 0, e raised to power minus infinity is 0 and e raised to power 0 is equal to 1 and therefore this will be 0 minus 1 and this should be equal to 1. So it is minus a square by lambda, in bracket we remain with 0 minus 1 is equal to 1. So this minus minus will become plus, it will be a square by lambda is equal to 1. So a square is equal to lambda or a is equal to square root of lambda. Now this is one way that the problem can be asked to find out only the normalization constant, or if sometimes it is asked to plot the graph. So if it is asked to plot the graph of the wave function, then since we find out the normalization constant a, so our mod of psi square will be equal to a square into e raised to power minus 2 times lambda into x. Here we substitute the value of a square as lambda because a is root of lambda, so a square will be lambda and therefore my probability density will be equal to lambda into e raised to power minus 2 times lambda into x and the normalized wave function will be a की जगह पे यहाँ पे मैं root of lambda डाल के I can find out the normalized wave function. Then if it is asked to plot the probability density, then we can plot it, that is mod of psi square on the y-axis and this is x-axis. So here what is the maximum value of mod of psi square? For the value of x being 0, for x being 0, this mod of psi square will be equal to, यहाँ पे अगर x 0 होगा तो this will be e raised to power 0, e raised to power 0 is equal to 1, it means that this term will be 1 and therefore the maximum value of mod of psi square is lambda. So the maximum value of this mod of psi square will be lambda, and since it is an exponentially decreasing function, so this wave function decreases exponentially on both the sides because it is a symmetric function. So this is how we can plot the wave function, the probability density. So these type of problems can be asked in mainly. So we have seen, we have just a rough recap about it. We have seen the conditions for well-behaved wave function, acceptable wave function, graphical representation of acceptable wave function. Then if the wave functions are asked in particular, that is cos of x, e raised to power x, e raised to power minus x and the interval, then the probability of finding the particle in a given region, then if the wave function is given in the form of a complex term, then how to use the standard integral, which is minus infinity to infinity e raised to power minus lambda x square dx is equal to root of pi by lambda. Then if the wave function involves the mod of x term, then how to change the limits of integration. Okay, thank you.